Ever wondered if the backseat of your car could become the new bedroom? It seems like a far-fetched idea, but it's a thought that has crossed many minds. Why? Well, the reasons are as varied as the people who entertain the notion. For some, the thrill of the unknown, the excitement of an unconventional setting, sends their hearts racing. For others, it might be a matter of necessity, where privacy at home is scarce and the backseat becomes a sanctuary. And let's not forget those simply looking for a change of scenery, to break away from the monotony of the bedroom. But while the idea might seem appealing, it's essential to remember three critical factors: consent, safety, and legality. Without the explicit agreement of both parties, any act is a no-go. Safety should always be a priority, and legality, well, that's non-negotiable. Before you turn the key in the ignition, remember, safety, consent, and legality are paramount. So, you're ready to take the ride, but how do you prepare for it? Well, let's talk about setting the stage. The first thing to consider is comfort. You see, a car isn't exactly a plush four-poster bed, so you might want to bring along some handy items. A blanket or two can create a cozy atmosphere, while a few pillows can provide that much-needed support. Next, let's not forget about cleanliness. A quick tidy up of the car before the action begins can make a world of difference. You'll want to have some cleaning materials on hand too. After all, who wants to be distracted by stray crumbs or dust particles? Lastly, privacy is key. Choose a location that's secluded but legal. The last thing you want is to be interrupted or face legal implications. Remember, discretion is the name of the game here. Comfort, cleanliness, and privacy, the 3 C's, are your keys to a smoother ride. How do you shift gears without getting a cramp? A question that might seem funny at first, but it's a legitimate concern when it comes to car intimacy. Unlike the spacious comfort of a bedroom, a car offers a more confined space, making the act a bit of a challenge, but certainly not an impossible one. The key is to approach this adventure with an open mind and a dash of creativity. You're not bound by the conventional rules here. The front seat, the back seat, or even the hood of the car, all are potential spaces for you to explore. Remember, the goal is not to mimic what you do in a bedroom, but to create a unique experience that only a car can provide. Flexibility is your best friend in this situation. You might need to twist and turn a bit, maybe even fold down the seats. Don't be afraid to change the setup according to your needs. What's important is that you're comfortable and you're enjoying the experience. Now, let's talk about positions. There are several ones that you can try, each with its own charm. The classic back seat position, the passenger seat position, the hood position. The possibilities are only limited by your imagination and the size of your car, but don't get too caught up in trying to nail a specific position. Instead, focus on what feels good and what doesn't. This brings us to our next point: communication. It's crucial to ensure both parties are comfortable and enjoying the experience. Talk to each other. Share your thoughts, your concerns, your likes and dislikes. Don't hesitate to voice out if something doesn't feel right. Remember, car intimacy is a shared experience, and open communication can greatly enhance the overall experience. And finally, be ready to laugh. Yes, you heard it right. Things might not always go as planned. You might bump your head, or your foot might get stuck somewhere. But that's okay. It's all part of the adventure. Embrace these little hiccups and laugh them off. They'll make for great stories to reminisce about later. Remember, it's not about the destination, but the journey. Talk, experiment, and find what works best for you. So, you've had your fun. Now how do you wrap things up? Well, the aftermath is just as important as the main event. So let's discuss how to keep things tidy. After all, maintaining cleanliness and hygiene isn't just about being considerate, it's also about self-care. First things first, clean up any mess you've made. It's important to leave no trace behind. No one wants to find evidence of your escapades. And more importantly, you don't want to deal with any unpleasant odors or stains later on. Next, make sure all your belongings are accounted for. Double check under the seats, in the glove compartment, and even in the door pockets. You don't want to lose a thing in the heat of the moment. Lastly, give your car a quick once-over before you leave the spot. Check your tires, the engine, and the lights. You wouldn't want your fun night to end with a car breakdown, would you? Clean up, collect your belongings, and ensure your car is in good condition. After all, who wants to remember a fun night with a flat tire?